Hi, and welcome to the Cove. My name is Bobby Kovac. I am Gecko's Cove. I've been working with exclusively Gargoyle Geckos for about 2 to 3 years now, and I'm looking to break into the gecko community, breeding these geckos. I'm at the point now where I've got 3 pairs that are ready to start breeding, and I would like to just share with you my experience getting started in the gecko hobby. So in today's video, I want to go over my current collection. I'll show you guys the newest members of Gecko Cove, all the way to the original members, which I picked up at a local pet store about 3 years ago that got me hooked on Gargoyle Geckos. First up, we've got Baba, the newest addition to Gecko Cove. He or she, way too young to tell, is about 2 weeks old. Fun fact, I've named all the geckos at Gecko Cove based off of real islands around the world. So there's plenty of islands to continue to pick from as I grow. I'm really excited to have, I'm going to call it a her for right now, really excited to have Baba in my collection. She's about 2 weeks old. I got her from a local breeder, really amazing guy, H20 Geckos. I just excited to see what she turns into. I mean, look at the saturation and color within the first 2 weeks of life. Uh, Great lineage that she's come from, and I'm excited to see what she turns into. Next up, we've got Maui, another amazing six-striped gecko from H20 Geckos. I This one is about 4 months old and not showing any pores, so it is a she for right now. Though that could change in a moment with these geckos. I mean, the red saturation on the back. I The pictures that I sometimes take don't do her justice. I mean, just to see her in person is phenomenal. It is a bright, deep red. She is a six-striped gecko, goes all the way down her tail, and really excited to have her in my collection. All right, next on the docket is Bibini. She is our first blotch. I would actually consider her a super blotch, which in my classification I'd say is 50% or more coverage. She is a brilliant, bright orange right now, as you can see, head to tail. She's starting to turn red. We'll see if she ends up being a bicolor or if she turns all red. She is from Firehouse Geckos. I had a great time purchasing from Firehouse. Maybe you'll see another gecko in my lineup in the future, coming from Firehouse as well. But this is Bimini. Speaking of orange, next we've got Rockjaw. He is my very first male. Picked him up at Tinley about 3 years ago from Natured Nut. Uh, what's really cool about him is that his parents were both Phantom Eye, and so I'm excited to see if he ends up having a Phantom Eye. They are darker than the rest of my geckos, but nothing definitive. He is a beautiful orange quad stripe. He's got some nice blotching on the side, but I would not consider him a six stripe. Uh, he will be paired up with our next girl, but he is an amazing, amazing gecko, and I'm lucky to have him from Nature Nut. So up next is my very first gecko I ever purchased. This is Hawaii. She is a six-stripe gecko, and man, did she spoiled me. I got her from Birds and Bees Pet Shop, a local pet shop here in Illinois, and I really didn't know what I was getting. I was just getting into reptiles again, and she just caught my eye. She was absolutely gorgeous. I saw her on a Facebook post and rushed over to go get her. She was way more expensive than I ever thought I'd spend on a gecko. Now I've spent more since then, but she was worth every penny. And clearly, she is an orange gecko. She's going to go great with Rockjaw. They're going to produce some great orange striped babies, hopefully, some six stripes like her. If you notice, she does have a missing tail. She's my only gecko that has ever dropped her tail, and she's done it twice. Once because of my fault, once because it just got stuck in some cork. But this is Hawaii. She is a gorgeous girl, nice and big, and hopefully she'll produce some amazing babies in the future. So starting off, our second breeding pair is my male Andros. He is a very vibrant red quad stripe. He's got some blotching on the sides because he does have six stripe in his blood. However, he does not express that. But in person, his color is just absolutely glowing. He's from H20 Geckos, and just another great pickup from Oliver. But he is going to do wonders for my project with the next girl I'm going to show. And I did not get him as a young gecko. I got him just a few weeks ago at this size. He was a little bit more feisty than my other geckos, but he's settled down. He's a great member in the cove now. All right, this golden goddess is Seychelles. She is from Northern Gecko up in Canada. She's in from their group three, which is a high red and six stripe project that's been going for a very long time. She's got fantastic lineage. Horns for days. The structure on her is probably better than any of my other geckos, and she's a big girl. She is about 63 grams, about 3 years old, and I think she's going to produce some amazing babies for us this year. So keep an eye on what comes out of her. So this is Preslin. Preslin is a six stripe gargoyle with very nice bright reddish orange coloration, very thick, consistent striping along his dorsal and his laterals. Uh, he was from Bell City Exotic, but they didn't produce him. I got a great deal on him, and but actually he came from one of my favorite breeders, which is Bergie's Gargeckos, who I've purchased from before. She has fantastic red blotch, red base geckos. So if you're looking for one of those, go check her out. But I got a stripe from her, so I'm looking to see what he produces with the next girl, which will be, drum roll please, my absolute favorite gecko. Her name is Eve. Eve was the second gecko that I ever picked up. She is one that surprised me with every shed. The images you're seeing right now, she's in shed. She's about to shed any day now, so it doesn't really capture her true color, but she is a red-based, almost brick red-based uh, gargoyle with beautiful six stripes. Her side pattern can be a little bit nicer and more full. It's a little bit broken up, and that's what I'm hoping to fix with Preslin. But when she is fresh out of a shed and in sunlight, she is fire truck red. What's also fun is, as you can see, she's sort of getting like a purple hue. The night before she sheds, she looks ridiculously purple, and it is so cool. I've caught it on film just a few times, but she goes from anywhere from a deep purple all the way to a fire truck red. She is by far my favorite gecko. Just an absolute joy. So I did find some footage that I took earlier this year with her outside right after a shed. As you can see that dark stripe along her back, and how it's a little more broken up on her laterals. But that color, I mean, seriously, she is an all red gecko. Just absolutely fire, in my opinion. So. Here's a great look at what I'm trying to produce. Imagine that with a bright orangish red or neon dorsal inside with that base color. That, my friends, is what I'm hoping to produce this year by pairing her with Preslin. Well, that should do it for today's very first video from Gecko Cove. I hope you enjoyed seeing what geckos I currently am working with and like the pairings that I've made for our first season here. Please keep an eye out for some babies later on this season. And as far as videos go, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below and let me know which gecko is your favorite. I'm looking to do a few more videos in the near future. I've got 4 geckos being shipped to me to add to Gecko Cove. And as soon as the weather's all clear, I'll be sending those videos out to you as well. But for now, just enjoy life and relax. You're in the Cove.